Hey, I recently spoke to Paul Staples, who had some really great ideas about pacing your product career. Some of us may have kids, we may have family, we may have various other things, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint in our career, in product, and I think Paul had some really, really interesting ideas around this. Enjoy.
I've called it the product career pace as opposed to the product career path. So if you think about your pace, if you're running a marathon, which effectively product management ultimately is, you're putting in your little burst of speed when you've got a launch coming up or you've identified a new opportunity, and you'll be excited, you'll be enthusiastic, you'll be driving and pushing people to get things done, and then suddenly, do you know what? I'm a little bit frazzled from that launch. So you may take your foot off the gas a little bit, and you maybe have some outside life events that have changed your perspective on things. So you may take your foot off the gas. And from talking from personal experience, I did. I had a family, right? So for a couple of years, you know what? I didn't want to be going 80 hours a week and smashing out the park. I wanted to take my foot off the gas. Believe in the mission, absolutely, but I wasn't going to put everything into it because I wanted to be with my new family, my young children. But then when they matured and they're a little bit more self-sufficient, do you know what? I was able to kind of smash it again. And as it happened, I went into my next startup, and we went from there. So I went out the frying pan into the fire with ultra high risk of a young family and doing a startup. But the point being, as a product leader, you also have to recognize your staff as part of that scaling process. Some are going to be on different paces, not paths, but pace in their career trajectory that you just got to recognize with and kind of go from supporting them at the right time. And do you know what? Sometimes the pace doesn't fit with what's needed in that product team. And if you're in a large organization, you can accommodate that. There's absolutely, and that is a huge benefit. Been multiple product teams, lots of different value streams operating at different cadences. So you can kind of move people around and say, okay, let's have a crack at this. This product has got less heat on it right now. Go and do a good job there, but enjoy your time there, and then come back when you're a bit more ready for the next big challenge. Startups, you don't have that chance. It's full throttle. So scaling seems really interesting, and there's a lot of emotional intelligence that needs to be applied. There's a lot of and again, the skills needed associated. The product team mix as you scale will ultimately change. Sometimes you're going to need product managers that are much more data centric. Some are going to be much more experience centric. Some arguably, and I have experienced this, are going to need to be much more commercially minded. I need them to look at how pricing works. I need them to look at how legal constructs work or fiduciary matters work, because that's the skill set needed at that point in time in that product as it's evolving. So you have to be sensitive that you need different skills at different times as the product evolves. And one of the terms I tend to use with people when I'm coaching product and value stream alignment, and that is that as a product team, you are a product itself. You have to recognize you've got how you behave, how you operate, the tools you use, the outcomes you create. That's a product in its own right for the organization that you operate in. So you've got to package yourself up as a product. And I think that's really important. So your product team is in itself a product.